Hi, I'm Dr. Soumya Bhaskaran. I am a child and adolescent psychiatrist at Insight Clinic, Coimbatore. Today I thought I will speak about what a first consultation with a child and adolescent psychiatrist entails. Often parents come and tell me that it's very scary to bring a child to the child and adolescent psychiatrist because they're not sure what it will be about. The other doubt that I have is how can we speak to our children or adolescents that we're bringing in to a child and adolescent psychiatrist. Usually, I tell them that it depends on the issues that your child has. Let's say the child has worries or anxiety, the child has anger issues, or you have interpersonal problems between you and your child. I tell them to head up to the child when a child is in a good mood, and they tell them that, look, I've been noticing that you've been quite worried, or your mood has been quite off, and you look upset, or that we've been having problems with each other, and I know of a person who's skilled at dealing with issues like this, and I was hoping that we could go and meet that person and see if things can be a little better. If it's an adolescent, you can tell them to look at our website, research on us even, and then make a decision. Often, if the child is given some time, they most often agree and they are willing to come and see us. Usually, the consultation lasts for about 45 minutes to 1 hour. At the beginning, I call the entire family together and we go over a few basic details. So, we ask about name, age, sex, which school the child studies in. Then we go on to the history of presenting illness, which is the problem that is worrying the family. So we look at how long the problem has been going on, what's happening, how does it impact the child, in what ways does it worry the family, things like that. And then we go on to past medical history, where we look at whether the child has had any serious medical conditions or hospitalizations. Then we move on to family history, where we look at who are all the family members who stay together, what is their relationships like, how does the child relate to the members, how do other members view the child, things like that. And then we look at if there is any family history of mental health illness or physical issues, or any recent losses. After that, we go to developmental history, where we look at how the child attained motor milestones, language milestones, social and cognitive milestones. This is especially important when we have a kid who's less than 5 years old. We also look at how the child grew in the early developmental period. After this, we look at schooling history. We look at which school the child studies in, how the child is in academics, what kind of extracurricular activities the child participates in, what is the kind of peer relationships and relationships with the teachers that this child has. We also look at whether the child has had any negative experiences at school, like bullying. After this, we look at what are the interests of the child, what talents does this child have. Following this, we explore a little bit about temperament to look at what is the nature of this child, how does this child react to new situations, how friendly the child is, how quick to anger this child is. So we really look at what has this child's nature been like right from the beginning. Following this, I usually ask the parents to step outside if the child is comfortable, and we spend some time with the child to look at what the child's view of the issue is, what is the child's life like, what are the child's significant relationships like. If the child is a bit reluctant or shy, we do engage in a small board game so that the child can loosen up and be able to express himself or herself. Usually, at the end of the interview with the child, I call the entire family together. Then I usually talk about my analysis of what the problem is. If there is a diagnosis, I talk about diagnosis. Then what we do is, we look at what is needed further. So in case I feel the child needs an assessment with a clinical psychologist, let's say like an intelligence test, I may ask for that to be done. Or we look at therapy. So what kind of therapy this child needs, how often, for how long, These are things that we discuss. Then we look at, if I feel that this child may require medication, then I will talk to you about what the medicine is, what are the pros and cons of using this medicine. I may send you literature on this, and then we can come to a conclusion through discussion whether we wish to initiate this or not. So, and then there is about 5 to 10 minutes for asking questions or doubts. This is how the first consultation pans out. I hope this makes it easier for you to reach us. Thank you. Take care.